Well, let's dive into what spiritual health is. Because when I hear that, I think, am I doing my devotions every day? That's one thing I think. And then I think, how do I recover from things that don't go well? And then I start to think, how am I performing for God? Do you know? Yeah. So I'm not sure what spiritual health really is.
Okay.
What do you think it is?
So I my place I always start is time in the Word, not to check the box, but to satisfy my heart. Mm. And I say satisfy my heart. I've come by that term kind of
like that.
Not by accident, but sort of realizing I've had times where I've been very fruitful in the Word. And then I've had times, dry seasons, where I felt like, I'm not getting it, God. Like, I don't understand. Like, I understand this is your Word and it's alive and active, but I'm not getting what you want me to get out of this. But I think even in those moments, God can satisfy you, you know? Yeah. Because when I come trying to check a box and I'm just rushing through it, then that does me no good in satisfying my heart. Mm. But when I sit down with one verse and I ponder that verse for 30 minutes or 20 minutes, or how time is irrelevant, and I get up from that time feeling like God has spoken to me about some area of my life, that satisfies my heart.
Yes.
I think a lot of this also gets back to salvation. So stick with me for a second on this. I think we have a tendency to think that we can earn our salvation, that we can do all of these good works in order to be more loved by Jesus, to have a better relationship. We check all of these boxes. We got to do all these good works. Performance, right. And when I really think about what's at the heart of spiritual health is, what does my relationship with God look like?
Yep.
Salvation is not, it's about, Jesus came to restore a relationship between us and him that we broke. And he didn't come to tell us that we had to check all these boxes of things we had to do. And that's not, that can help us with our spiritual health. Spending time in the Word, spending time in prayer, performing for God can help us with our spiritual health. But at the end of the day, it really gets back to, what does our relationship with him look like? Do I have an open conversation with him? Do I consult him when it comes to decisions? Do I share my heart with him, even if it's not in any kind of formal prayer way, but do I live open with God and seek the working of the Holy Spirit in my life? That's to me what spiritual health really is. And we can do that by doing things like spending time in prayer, spending time in his Word. But at the heart of it, it's really about that relationship, and am I open to it?
Yeah, that's you're both hitting on really important things about the time to satisfy my heart and growing in how much I love God. Because I love God. Because he loves me. But not thinking about performing for him, but just being immersed and enjoying the perfection in his love. So not performance, but perfection. And just knowing that makes me love him more. Am I growing in how I love God? Am I then growing in how I love other people as a result of my love for God? So that to me is the biggest piece. Am I growing in how much I love God?